Okay, this week presentation I'm actually very excited to do because it's about marketing, and I love marketing. I was following, learning, studying, spending money for more than 20 years. I feel guilty that I haven't just quit my job and concentrate more on marketing and building businesses earlier. But anyway, about marketing. So marketing is selling in advance, right? You go from annoying pest to welcome guest. I think this was coined by Dan Kennedy. I've heard it multiple times from Joe Polish though. So marketing is selling in advance. So first you are annoying pest, people don't want to hear from you. And there is some very difficult uphill hard work to building the rapport with people. And then once they know you and like you, then it's down the hill. Sales are easy. You can get repeat sales. You can get referrals. So now you welcome guests. The good thing is that this uphill part you can automate, right? So marketing educates, builds rapport, creates trust, creates comfort, and it can be done automatically and cost effectively. Okay, and selling is easy on the downhill when prospects are already pre-interested, pre-motivated, pre-qualified, and predisposed to do business with you. And this is from Joe Polish. This is his words, and he's absolutely genius. I learned so much from him. Uh, Marketing can be considered as a can be viewed as an engineering project. I really recommend to buy this book, The Influence. Robert Cialdini, The Psychology of Persuasion. He's a psychology professor here in the United States, and he wrote several books. This was the the first one. I mean, the one which I know for many years. All good marketers know this book. It's like a Bible for them, and it has many examples. And one example, I remember how you a marketing person and you get a budget, some number of dollars, and you need to convert them into some number of kidney dollars. So you do it in a multi-step marketing campaign, and the question is how you do the campaign, how you structure it, what's the psychology behind each step, how you tune them, how to make the whole campaign more cost effective. So how much dollars you need to pay for one kidney, and like it's really interesting when you think about marketing as an engine. So you build the engine, you tune the engine, and then it will start delivering you kidney, like money in, kidney out. And you can do the same for your business. You can do the same for your job search if you want. Well, usually people don't want to uh, put money in their job search, but they could, or whatever. So this is interesting way. Direct response. When people talk about direct response, what they mean is that you send a letter and like I don't know, 1,000 letters out, and you get 10 responses. So like you got 10 orders. So for example, this sales letter was offering people to buy something. So direct response when you expect the result and you measure the result, as opposed to brand advertising, where people just put an ad in a big magazine and they have no idea if this ad had any influence whatsoever. In direct response, you actually want the response and you want to measure the response. And when you're measuring things, you can send two different letters, A and B, and you can compare the responses, and you find, for example, that the B works much better, then B becomes your control, and then you try to make a letter which will beat this control, which will perform even better than B, right? So direct response marketing are well, it started with mail order, where people were sending out letters and catalogs. David Ogilvy, the famous advertising man, advertising agency in New York, he was saying only mail order people know what they're doing because they're counting. And Gary Halbert, again, famous marketer, you are not in marketing business, you're in arithmetic business. If your arithmetic doesn't add up, you won't have a business for very long. Start counting. What you can measure, you can improve. Okay. Next is a typical marketing funnel for expensive service. Like the company where I work now, we deliver services like computer, application building, data science, cloud, databases, and so on. These are all services. They're expensive services. So contracts, prices go to tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe $1 million or more. So how you sell this kind of product? Well, this is the approach which people can use. So first you start with information hooks. Today people do it on the internet. So you can do YouTube videos, LinkedIn posts, Medium articles, Quora posts, Stack Overflow, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. People can subscribe to you, and you can lead people to your web page, where you have a landing page, also called a squeeze page. So what you want to do, you want to get email from the person, any kind of email. It may be a junk email the person has just for people he doesn't know, right? Whatever. You just want to squeeze this email address from the person, and you want to offer him or her a bribe. Usually it's some sort of PDF or electronic book, something you can give a person for free. Sometimes people offer a small mini course or a set of videos to watch, which will educate this person, whatever. It's all good if certain percent of people will enter their email and get the bribe, but now they're in your system and you can officially send them emails, right? So they are in your email autoresponder. And now you can email them on a regular basis. From time to time, you offer them, ask them questions, what they want to know. You do some surveys, and you offer them help and offer maybe to do some business together, maybe to sell them something, right? And eventually, they may decide to talk to you, and then you refer them to your salespeople who will close the deal, right? So it's all about building relationships, and this email autoresponder part in the middle, it's very important because for expensive sales, you need to have many, many contacts over a period of time before people can actually learn to trust you. Okay. So marketing funnels. So yeah, this is example of marketing funnel. You put a lot of people here who watch your videos, and then much less will go to your website, and much less will actually go into email autoresponder, and then again, much less will actually buy from you. So you can go from like 10,000 or 100,000 here to maybe just one sale. And well, you need to know your numbers, of course. Now, different kinds of marketing funnels. So the simple marketing funnel is just one sales message. So you're sending people a long sales letter, maybe 10 pages, maybe 50 pages, whatever, and you just ask them to buy, and they will either buy or not, right? This is a very primitive. Usually people use multi-step. For example, this is something I have done before. You put a small advertising in a classified section of a local newspaper, and then people call the number, which is a 24-hour recorded message where people listen to your message, and you offer them something more. So if they leave the address, you send them an envelope with something, and you capture the address, the mailing address, and then you send them a sales letter, and then you also put them on a monthly newsletter. It used to be that people were receiving letters every month, and then from time to time, eventually they will decide to buy something from you. So monthly newsletter is analog to today. It's email autoresponder. So you see at the bottom, it's how we do it today. You do some small ad on LinkedIn post or YouTube video, whatever, and then people go to your website landing page, and you offer them the bribe to get their email, and then they are in your email autoresponder. The reason why I put a cartwheel here, because this thing can spin and spin and spin, and eventually it will generate sales, and more sales, and repeated sales, and referrals, and other stuff. So it's kind of a cartwheel model. It may sell multiple products from the same like monthly newsletter or same autoresponder. So these are examples of marketing funnels. Of course, real marketing funnels may be much more complex and elaborate. Okay, when you selling stuff, you need people you're selling to. So you need a targeted mailing list. So for example, if you want to sell, I don't know, golf clubs, it's good to have a list of new subscribers of some golf magazine, right? Because they will be regular buyers of your product. You need to have a message, which is a sales letter, like a text with pictures maybe, which you will send to them, and media, which is how you will deliver your message to these people, right? Some people structure it a little bit differently. They say, well, your market, which is your targeted mailing list, your offer, what exactly you're offering, how you deliver, and the message itself. And the message is actually the least important one. The most important one is, of course, that your offer fits the market very well. These are the two most important parts. Copywriting is the science and art of crafting the sales message. And it's an interesting question in sales, who is choosing who? Like you think that you sell stuff to people, but actually it's other way around. The people already have conversation in their mind, and then they decide that they want to buy it, and then you just happen to be in their face. But you have to be in their face. You have to happen. So you have to advertise, and you have to enter the conversation which is already occurring in the prospect's mind. This is a famous quote from Robert Collier. Uh, it was so difficult to get his book, but nowadays you can just go on Amazon and buy it. It's just amazing, amazing book. Okay, there are many ways how you can advertise and promote yourself. So here I put some of this YouTube, Facebook, and whatever social media, blogging, host parasite relationships. This is like a really, really good one. So these are partnerships, celebrities, thought leaders. When I say host parasite, think about Microsoft. Microsoft grew on top of IBM, right? So host was IBM, which was already well established and a reputable company, and Microsoft rode on top of them to the top, right? Paid online advertising like Facebook, Google, and so on, television, radio, paper, print, mailing list, SRD, standard rate and data service. It's a big catalog which provides all kind of mailing lists. It may be subscribers or buyers of different products, and the mail list brokers are selling those lists. It's a big business actually. Direct mail, letters, postcards, subscriptions, monthly newsletter, e-magazine, email autoresponder, multi-step marketing funnel, small ad, pre-recorded message, free report, and so on. Okay, here are some people. I just started like from memory, copy pasting some names and finding their pictures on Google, and I came up with about 25 people. I can expand this list, but I had to stop somewhere, and I think it's good enough. All these people are amazing. When I started learning about marketing, I bought a course from Bob Serling. I saw his advertisement in, I think it was Entrepreneur magazine or Success magazine, and I bought, it was a set of 3 cassettes, like magnetic tape. So you can say how long ago it was. It was probably 25 years ago or so. And one of the cassettes was broken, so I called it 100 number to change it. And I realized that I'm talking to the author of this course because I recognize the voice. So I asked him if he can do me a favor and recommend a couple of names I have to know in marketing. His response was that he doesn't give like free phone consultations. I said, listen, come on, I'm not asking for consultation. I'm a foreigner, just recently came to the country, and you sent me a broken tape. So come on, give me a couple names. And he gave me 2 names. It was Gary Halbert and Jay Abraham. I immediately turned around and I bought some of their materials, like $1,000 worth of each one of them. And it was absolutely amazing. I never thought in these categories. I never like even know that it's possible to think like that, like they did. And it completely changed my life. Gary Halbert has died 10 years ago, no, more than 10 years ago. Jay Abraham's still alive, and I'll talk a little bit more about him, about Ken McCarthy. I'm still paying Ken. Ken is absolutely amazing. Dan Kennedy, Joe Sugarman, oh gosh, he's a legend. He invented paying with credit card using 800 number. In fact, it was against the law when he introduced it. Gary Bencivenga is absolutely legendary copywriter. Robert Cialdini is psychologist. Okay, it's like a separate set of many lectures just to talk about all these people. They all are absolute geniuses and stars. There are many good books to read. Again, you don't have to invent the thing. All you need is to buy some good books and courses, and many of them are discussed on YouTube, so you can just watch the videos. Direct response multi-step optimization. Okay, this is a very simple idea. When you start building your multi-step marketing funnel, so in this case, you have some leads coming in, step 1, 2, 3, 4. Why it always says step 1? It should be 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 3 and 4. And eventually you have sales. Okay, and on each step you're losing. So some people are filtered out, right? So you have some conversion coefficients between the steps. If you work on each step, improving the language of your message, maybe using different image, different something, and suppose on each step, on each transition, you improved by 20%, the overall improvement in the diagram above will be more than 2 times. If you improved by 50%, it will be 5 times. So it's really amazing how just fine-tuning the messages in your multi-step campaign, you can double, triple, or more the output of your marketing funnel. So you need to do A/B split testing on between all the steps of your system and improve. Joe Polish, when he talks about it, he likes to give this example. Difference between $1 bill and $100 bills. They take the same amount of paper and the same amount of ink, so same cost to produce them, and the only difference is the message on the paper, right? So crafting your sales message, crafting your offer, it makes all the difference. Okay, about 20 years ago, I listened to an interview with a sales agent in real estate who in 1 year sold something like 170 homes. And it was absolutely amazing how he did it, because he was not chasing buyers with a beeper like most of the salespeople do. He actually set up a multi-step marketing campaign where he would put small advertisements and yellow pages or in local papers, and then people will call the phone, listen to the message, and then send him, give him the address, and he will send them some letters and so on. So it's a standard multi-step marketing approach. And at the end, people already knew how much he charges, what's available, he got to trust him, and they were coming to him, to his office, like he is a lawyer or a doctor. He's already respected. He doesn't have to chase them. They were coming to him to close the deal. And that's how he made it. So it's marketing by attraction, by positioning, not by chasing. And here's a modern example. So the person's name, Ben Caballero, and he sold more than 6,000 homes in 1 day. Of course, instead of using just phone messages or newspaper ads, he actually uses a website and new internet-based online ways to promote. What's interesting about him, that it's all about marketing. Ben's first meeting every day is with his sales and marketing team. His company has about 35 employees. Even if you divide this number of homes by number of employees, you still get, on average, every employee of his company makes more sales, much more sales, like 10 times more sales than 20 times more sales than the average real estate agent in the whole country. So it's all about efficiency. It's all about proper marketing. and it's just how important and what you can do. So his website is a marketing machine, is a marketing engine, which he built, and other people can build too if they do it. Okay, Gary Halbert, so he died in 2007. I subscribed to him after I got his name from Bob Serling, and I really, really enjoyed him, but I didn't know how famous he was until he died. And then suddenly, so many people from everywhere showed up. It's just absolutely amazing. He never could hold a job. He was fired from every job he ever tried. This is absolutely amazing. Here is a link to the presentation where Joe Polish talks about Gary. I highly recommend you to listen to this. So he talks about multiple principles in this lecture. For example, that any problem in the world can be solved with the right sales letter. Like, for example, Gary wanted to find a woman to his life, and he put a big advertisement I think it was Los Angeles Times. Yeah, and he found many women, and he selected one of them. Copy, advertising copy is oxygen of marketing. Without good copy, there is no good marketing. Job of marketing to build trust. Principle 2, one elegant idea is worth more than 1,000 semi-good ideas. Idea of sales letter, can and copy yourself. The best way to help the poor is to not be one of them. He was extremely funny. The money is not in your service or product, but it's selling it. Definition of selling. This actually not Gary Halbert. This is Dan Sullivan. Getting someone intellectually engaged in a future result that is good for them and getting them to emotionally commit to action to achieve that result. Okay, emotionally commit to, no, this is wrong language. I have to change that. Okay, theater, add theater to your marketing. Do not worry about offending the dogs. Massive enthusiasm. The idea of hungry crowd. This is his famous example where he was saying, suppose we go into competition and we do hamburger stand, and we have a basket with all kind of benefits, and you can choose and I can choose. So for example, if you choose the best meat, then I cannot choose that, but I can choose something else, and then you cannot choose that. So I choose just one benefit, and then you can have everything else, and I still will win. And what is this benefit? And the benefit is hungry crowd in front of me at my door. If you have hungry crowd, you can sell them the worst meat at the highest prices. So how you find the hungry crowd, how you generate hungry leads. You are in the arithmetic business, and so on and so on. I don't have much time, so let me continue. Jay Abraham, absolutely amazing. Oh, again, he wrote books. There are a lot of videos on YouTube. You can watch and educate yourself. He and Gary knew each other, and thinking about Jay Abraham, think about Stretch Limo, billions of dollars, 7 kids, by the way. Well, the first idea I learned from him was unique selling proposition. So example, FedEx or Domino Pizza. Remember FedEx, if it's like absolutely necessary to be there overnight, FedEx. Or Domino Pizza, which will come to you fresh like in 30 minutes or less, hot and fresh, I think. They never promised it to be tasty. Domino and other. Lifetime value of client. Like this is again very important idea. So he's talking about front end and back end marketing. So when you're advertising, you may lose money on your first sale, but if people will continue buying from you, then you will make money on back end. So he talks about client acquisition cost versus lifetime value of the client. His famous example, Icy Hot promotion, where he will spending more money on the first sale, but then making profit on back-end sale. Icy Hot is a cream which you apply to remove pain from the joints. So people, of course, when they have this problem, they buy this cream over and over again. Become a matchmaker, become a trusted source, influencer marketing, read Speed of Trust. Okay, I need to take the whole lecture just talking about J. Abraham. He talks about copywriting. For me, it was very funny to read that he thinks copywriting is a very, very simple thing, because all you need to do is to use templates and test what works, and just do a lot of A/B split testing, which is true to some extent, right? Use picture words, power verbs, active voice, and so on. Be performance optimizer. He has this idea of a Pantheon model of business where you diagram business consisting of different parts. Like, for example, what are the ways clients coming to you, or what kind of channels for profit or whatever, and then you try to optimize each one of them. And as I outlined where it was here, as you're optimizing, you get geometric result. And so he's all about that. Provide value on every step. There is always space to true entrepreneurs. He believes that 90% of businesses, they don't innovate, they don't know what they're doing, and eventually go out of business. So you have to continue to stay entrepreneurial. Fall in love with your clients, not only with your product and company. So don't be a product salesman. Be more like a person servicing your clients and be in love with them. Caring is the key to success, and do a lot of research and so on. Okay, let's go next. Ken McCarthy. I provided some links. There is even a Wikipedia page. There are books. He used to have a system seminar where he would collect a big room of people in a hotel. I don't know how many, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000, big room. He has great courses. I really like his advanced copywriting course, quite amazing. When people go to a web page, the thing they want more than anything is instant clarity. So he pioneered marketing on the internet, email advertising, banner ad, pay-per-click, internet video. He started talking about internet video where there was no YouTube, and I don't know. He always talked about things before they happen. It's just amazing gift, I guess. It's not talent. It's like unique quality of the person. Click-through rates is a key metric. He organized first conference ever held on potential commercial applications. You see, 1994. Can you believe that? 95 organized sponsored conference, topic of using web, a local publishing medium. System seminar. I went to several of those seminars. I received a lot of value. What's interesting is the simplicity, clarity of the approach. Internet video publishing, video blog. Oh, he's known in music industry. He has some websites related to music. In his younger years, he used to advertise for concerts, like filling rooms with warm bodies. Communications consulted to bankers. Like if you read his Wikipedia page, you'll see how many things he's doing. Okay, one of the things I really like about this copywriting course was about bullets, bulleted lists. Like when you're writing your sales letter and you want to describe good things about the product, and people may just list the features of the product. Like, okay, this car has engine, 500 horsepower engine, or it has this, it has that. But this is not really enough because it doesn't tell the whole story. So he would teach that, okay, it has 500 horsepower, and this will allow you to be safe, to accelerate faster, to avoid danger, to be first, right? And then you convert it into emotion. Like imagine how you feel when you push your accelerator and your car like avoids or shows or does something. So you translate it and you go from technical feature into the benefit, into emotion, right? And this is just one of the things, one of many things he teaches. It's amazing course. I think right now he sells it for about $3,000 and people are buying it. Okay. This is his list of some top direct marketing and copywriting books. Again, if you want to become student of marketing, you can just go and buy them. Most of them are available, and I have most of them at home too. So it's really a good investment to buy good books. And marketing is an important part of life. Whether you're looking for a job or you're marketing your project or you want to start your business, you have to know marketing. So these are the Bibles of marketing. Dan Kennedy, again, amazing, legendary person, author, strategic advisor, consultant, business coach. He's very famous. He used to be invited speaker for like stadiums filled with people. He was testing everything. Like, for example, on one of his lectures, he was describing, again, laughing about it, how he was testing the color of the suit he was wearing when doing the presentation. He found actually the black worked the best. So you see him in the black suit here. And there are a lot of books which you can buy on Amazon, of course. There's a whole series which is called No BS, No BS this, No BS that. I really recommend his book about sales letter. I think it's called the Ultimate Sales Letter. Here, Sales Letter, Marketing Plan. Has really good books about business in general, about time management, a lot of good stuff. I recently bought yet another book, which is like the best of No BS. So this is this book, about 500 pages. Again, go Amazon and buy it. Oh, Joe Polish and Dean Jackson. You see, I couldn't like fit about everybody, but I just decided to talk about them because recently they were doing such a great job about popularizing and teaching marketing. And they have a podcast, the website called ilovemarketing.com. They both are self-made millionaires, netting millions of dollars per year. They 10 years ago they started, maybe a little bit more. They have this document about 30 pages, which is called Breakthrough DNA, or 8 Profit Activators. And these are the activators listed here. But basically, they split the process of working with a particular client into before unit, during unit, and after unit. And in before unit, that's where you get to the point of sale, during unit, and when you're selling or delivering. And then after is you building your relationship even more. You can get referrals, right? A lifetime relationship, and so on. And each one of those parts, 8 steps, you can think, you can strategize, you can develop tools. Dean Jackson really likes to compare this with on a Discovery Channel. There is a program, How Is It Made, where they describe how certain commercial products are manufactured, and sometimes it's a very elegant and multi-step process. So that's same thing with the marketing machine. You have to build marketing machine to sell your product. Product probably will not sell itself. Okay, I have many other topics which I probably will be adding one by one, as I'll be adding more information about those people. So I don't know how big this PowerPoint will end up being. But for now, I spent about 35 minutes on this presentation. This is enough. So I'll stop recording.